Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to Building with Whip. Today is the day that we are moving on from our desert city of Papyrus as we gaze upon that awesome palace that we finished up last episode. And you guys can see the trees and everything that I plopped up there on top. So we got a lot of cool things to check out today, but I wanted to start off with a little bit of a walkthrough. I know we did one fairly recently, but I feel like we wouldn't be doing justice to this place unless we did a bit of a walkthrough before leaving. That being said, we will start checking out the new things at the top of the palace here, which we can go over and kind of show you guys what I ended up doing up there. And there's quite a few things. There's a few garden boxes. I tried doing a tree on every corner because it looked weird if there wasn't a tree on every corner. Kind of makes sense. Are we on this level? No, we are the next one up. But I did add in these fire braziers. I can't remember if I told you guys or not, but I thought they looked pretty cool. And yeah, so we got some bushes and things hanging over the edge. It's really cool up there. Oh, I totally forgot. We also added in a shrine at the top that I'm really pumped, and I found a use for something that we don't have very much of. So these trees right here, just to be totally 100 and honest with you guys, that one is the only one I built in survival mode. I died 5 times building this tree, and it was really late at night, and I just couldn't sleep, but I wanted to play Minecraft, so I got up and I was doing some work on this stuff, and then I died a bunch, got frustrated, and was like, I'm just finishing all these, then going to bed. So I turned on the land server and built these 3 in creative. Granted, the next morning I felt pretty bad about it, and I was like, that's not fair. That's not cool of me to do. We said we're doing this all in survival. Everything else is in survival. It's not fair to cheat in things and build a tree. So I ended up destroying 3 times the amount of resources as I used to build the tree here. Just kind of to be honest, as a whoops, I messed up. But if you guys are okay with that, that's kind of, I just did it. I don't think I'm going to rebuild them, but just kind of wanted to be honest with you guys there. Doing the whole thing in survival has been really fun, and I was just like, God, up until this point, we've been doing great. And then the last thing in this area, I get frustrated from dying a bunch, and then we do that. And yeah, so now we're here. But there's these little garden boxes going all over the place that I think they're pretty cool. We got a lot of these peonies or whatever they're called. I don't know how to say it. But we got a lot of those. We got a lot of little azure bluets in here, and just a bunch of different grasses, shrubs, just leaf blocks making some bushes, and it's pretty cool. I think it lends itself very well to adding on to the pyramid instead of taking away from it. Now, going up to our top floor, I added a few little banners in right here, so it's a little bit more like a passageway of going up into the next floor. You kind of have to walk through the banners. You come up here, and we found a use for the dragon egg. I'm really happy with this. So the way I envision this is like the ruler of the area comes out here, and he could have his decrees to his people standing down below in the city, if they could actually see him. But I don't think they can, so we're going to ignore that. But he's up here. Then he has to go and commune with the gods. So this is like that shrine or something. They got their mystical source of water right there with a floating dragon egg attached to this little end rod that is puffing off the little particles, making it kind of magical look. And I thought that was pretty cool. So that kind of is given that aspect in there. I guess we don't need these because the end rod now actually is giving off lights. We don't need those. But this is kind of the little shrine design I came up with. There's a bit of glowstone in the ceiling that, again, we probably don't need because we have the end stone. But totally fine. It kind of adds to the whole aspect. But so this is a little shrine we came up with. I'm pretty pumped with it. I think it turned out real cool. And over here, we got our big lake area, which we will be coming back sometime later on and finishing this guy up. When I come back here, that's the next project. This whole area. I think it'd be really fun to work with. I just wanted to take... I love this area, and I'm getting really sentimental about leaving now. And like I mentioned in the last episode, there's that kind of graduation period going on, which totally sums up exactly how I'm feeling right now with all this. Because now we have this big palace here, and instead of me being able to... instead of me being able to kind of like build and look back on this being like, wow, we built that. What can we build down here that'll add to it? It's kind of like, well, bye, buddy. We'll see you later. It was fun. I'll be back soon. So, I'm kind of getting all sad about it, and my eyes are starting to water up, and I'm so bummed about leaving. It's just gonna be so sad. But I have an awesome idea. So, as we're doing the tour, I want to talk about where we're going. We are going to be going to the Ice Spikes biome, which many of you guys gave a bunch of different ideas, and that's awesome. But this is the one that I found out I have the best idea for the rest of them that I think is super unique compared to anything we've done before on this server. Also added this little garden area and this house back here. We got a cute little place to come up here and hang out and look out over the little city, over the palace. Nice view. This one I like a lot because it's the only one-story house in our entire place. And I didn't think about that until I had actually built this. Sorry, there's a siren in the background. Can't do anything about it. That sucks though. But yeah. So we are headed to the Ice Spikes biome. And with that, we are going to be building in a Snow Elves theme. If you guys can think like Rivendell. Actually, I'm gonna wait for the siren to go by. I'll be right back. Much better. Back to happy place. No more sirens. So nice. Yeah, much better. And loud car. Cool. Perfect. I don't know if you guys will hear that in the audio or not, but there's a bunch of sound in the background here. Anyways, where was I? Right, we're going to the Ice Spikes biome. We're going to be building in like a snow elvish style, and I think I was just leaving off where I was talking about how it's going to be kind of like a Rivendell style with like... So if you guys think of Rivendell from Lord of the Rings, I believe that's where it is. I'm pretty sure that's the right name. As far I didn't check it out, but I'm a pretty big Lord of the Rings nerd, and I'm pretty sure I'm correct there. But yeah, so we're going to be kind of doing that style with really tall buildings. And this one, probably instead of doing a bunch of smaller ones like we're doing this guy, it's going to be a smaller build in general. But I think the mega structure is probably going to be, or not the mega structure, but the main structure is probably going to be taller than this guy. I don't know if it'll be wider, but it'll be longer. I got a really cool idea for I've been messing around with for the past few days. We won't get the first initial things checked out down there today, just kind of depending on how long it takes us to kind of explore everything around here, because I haven't walked around this whole area besides going to the storage room and everything for a long time. And I want to just go for a walk today. Just go for a walk and do a little bit of talking. We have these cool places over here that we didn't really do a whole lot with. We threw a little boat in there, another little garden over there for some carrots and potatoes. And this right here, for those of you guys who missed that episode, we built a giant sugarcane plantation and came up with a really cool way of placing sugarcane down so it actually looks like a full field. That I got super excited about, and this is kind of where the area, after I finished this guy, this area I felt like in total really started to come together. I know that my only gripe, I guess you could say, is that this is so far off to the side, but it looks pretty freaking cool. But we got an automated sugarcane farm down in here. All this, like most of those chests on that first row are actually full of sugarcane now, so that's pretty awesome. But down here it comes into the very industrial part. This is our sugarcane farm. We probably could have made it a lot longer if we wanted to, but whatever, I don't really care. And it does the job. We get more sugarcane than we're ever going to need. If we ever need to make a giant library, our only point that'll be holding us back is going to be leather, because everything else we have a crap ton. We made this little stable pretty near after that guy. Over here we have a bunch of donkeys, llamas, mules, everything you could ever want. So here's our little donkey. He's got a mule, sorry. He's pretty cool. We got some donkeys, we got some horses, and we got, just a bunch of stuff back here. Which I had a lot of fun getting all those guys together, kind of bringing everything in there. Gosh, I'm really going to miss this city. I'm excited to move, though. I'm very excited. The new idea we got, I've been working on it like crazy over in a creative world, just trying to get an idea before I get in there and all right, what are we doing? We got so many supplies. Is there a bed up here? There's no bed up here. Here's our auto chicken cooker that's been overflowing like crazy. We got a bunch of cooked chicken. Don't think we will ever touch that probably. I should probably disable it, to be honest, because it's just kind of throwing entities out into the middle of nowhere. But here is our little room that we lived in, we stored everything in and everything. I've been doing some end raiding to get some shulker boxes so we could move everything around to be a little bit more mobile. So we got a lot of cool tools in here. We got 2 more dragon heads, 1 more shulker shell that I need something to go with it, of course. But down here, all of these were full of stones and different things. Like all of this was totally full. That I haven't filtered out yet. We've got a food box now. Then we got all this stuff, some bunch of saddles. We'll probably leave this here. We aren't really going to use that. We need to take a lot of this coal. I think we're going to take like 5 stacks with us. But this is our ender chest now, guys. If you remember before, shulker boxes were only there and like here. Now they're all the way here. And there's a bunch of materials in there that you guys will be seeing a lot of later on. And so we built a little wheat farm over there that we were going to expand and move back really far. And then I got upset with the wheat model and I wanted to retexture it, but I couldn't come up with anything decent. So we didn't do it and we didn't get around to finishing it. But that'll be something we can always come back. That's what I'm really pumped about. In this single player world, we always can come back. And that's something that I really want to stress for you guys who are probably, I know a lot of you are doing similar things like this in your own world, own single player thing. And for me, if you get burnt out, or just in general, if you ever get burnt out doing something, just take a break. You can always come back later. Like this city's awesome, but it was starting to burn me out. So we're going to be moving on to a totally different thing, which will be really, really fun. So we kind of got a little tour done here of all the different structures that we built, just kind of walking around in the city. There's one more place that we actually ran around in where this episode started off on, but right back in here, I want to show this off again. Little tiny, like Arabian deserty style street, which is so cool. We have an open air little blacksmith in here. There would be a fire in there, but we can't place it because that's a wooden roof. So that kind of sucks, but you can use armor stands to like hide things in there. And apparently if we turn that instead of a slab into a daylight sensor, that would bring him down just like 2 more pixels, which would then bring that helmet to sitting directly on there. I found that out later. I probably should change that guy out. But there's kind of all that stuff. We got a bunch of things around here. A lot of cool stuff. A little apple stand back here. But you can just see how tight this little street is. It gives a lot of awesome little alleyways. Perfect place to get jumped by a creeper. I think it's been probably 20 times I've seen a creeper standing on this block of andesite. I turned this corner and oh god, run away, and then hit him back and then just sprinted and hoped to dear God that he didn't blow this up. And it never happened. The creepers never blew that up. And they've been getting more courageous, man. They are really starting to bug me in this area, so I think it might be safe for also preserving our buildings that we can get out of here for a while. But that's a lot of what we have today. I didn't go through the market yet because we literally just built that, so I don't think we really need to spend a whole lot of time. But that's this guy over here. I love the trees that are kind of winding around each other at the top. It really looks like a great central market bazaar area. I ended up adding this little market stand in here. It's a little like veggie shop. Some saplings and flower pots kind of showing like veggies or something. I don't really know. But yeah, we got all these awesome market stands that you guys inspired. Your guys' names are all over them. Every single one that somebody claimed, their names are now on it. I'm pretty sure Adam's Amazing Llama Farm is still missing its llamas. Here's one of them, but we gotta get those over in there. I didn't tame the llamas though, so they're just kind of wandering. But there's a lot of cool stuff here. I'm really, really happy and I'm really pumped. Next time when we do come back here, these towers and this little guardhouse definitely need to be finished. That's something that I really want to stress is next time is actually like limiting the city by building our walls, getting everything kind of set up. And I think that is actually going to be like an inner part of it. And I want to have the walls actually out quite a ways beyond this waterway here because I don't think it quite makes sense. Oh crap, come on, just let me do some parkour. There we go. So this right here is our royal palace. Like this right here is a palace, yes, but this was supposed to be the living quarters. That was supposed to be more of like the regal, like showing off where you are, the throne room's in there, but where the actual royal family lived was supposed to be in this guy. And we just didn't have enough red sandstone to really get it finished. So that's something when we come back, we can start building this guy up. But the reason why the wall over here doesn't really make sense to be right there. One, that wall is tiny. It's mostly just a retaining wall. But two, I don't want the back of the royal palace to be at the edge of the city, because if an army attacked and they were literally right there, they could attack where the royal family is directly instead of having to like storm through the city to get to them. But, you know, it might just end up having to work that way. Not super realistic, but oh well, it can work. It can be really, really cool still. And I think either way, no matter what we do, this area is going to look pretty freaking awesome. Once it's all done, like a year down the road, I could see this whole place being done. Because what I want to do is, we've talked about the snow elf place that we're going to, and one of the blocks in the palette there is prismarine. More so sea lanterns, but we need both of them. So that means once we start getting the style actually set up and going, and we get to places where we really need to start getting some extra things in there, we got to get a guardian farm set up, which means that ocean one that I want to get going, we got to get that going. We got to get that built up too. And while we're at it, we might as well just finish like automating every type of resource that we need. So one thing that we're gonna walk through the nether and go to the ice spikes biome. I did carve out the whole nether tunnel. I still need to reformat our nether, make it a lot more efficient. So you guys are gonna see we're gonna go this way. I'll grab a torch so it's not super dark. We're gonna go this way, and we're gonna go left. And then down here we're gonna go left again. So it's really not that efficient. But overall, like, there's just a lot of stuff that we got going on here. I know this is a really boring walk, but just kind of got to talk. Future plans, like I mentioned, we want to get a guardian farm going in the ocean to get some prismarine, because we got to make that happen. We got to get a lot of that stuff. Then beyond that, we could also set up a iron farm, which would be really, really nice just to have iron, because we're constantly out of it. And then by product of that involves villagers. We could do a villager trading center nearby it if we really wanted to, which would be kind of cool to have a whole villager farm set up, get some trades going. If we ever need mending books, we don't have to AFK fish and just get crap tons of materials that we don't need. But instead, we could actually have some decent stuff. As you guys can see, we're going a little far here. Nope, come on. There we go. Let's make sure I don't... Oh, no. Okay, well, we're like halfway there though. You can see the tunnel at the end, or the portal at the end. You can see the tunnel at the end of the tunnel, guys. It's perfectly fine. But yeah, so like there's all these automated farms that we really got to get set up. And one of the colors that I really want to be using in this new place is cyan. I really, really want to use cyan concrete. You guys will figure out why later on. But I think it's a color that works very, very well with what we're trying to do here. So that being said, we got to figure out some way to get kind of automated cyan dye. How you make cyan dye is cactus green and lapis. So lapis we can't automate. And here we are. This will be it, guys. This is our new home for the next 15 episodes probably. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But like we need a lot of lapis, which we have to mine that up ourselves. That's something that we can kind of deal with. Hey, look, a dead zombie. And that'll come when we get it. Like we'll get lapis, and that means we can move forward with it. But I have a lot. I have 51 blocks of lapis, so that's not an issue right now. Cactus, on the other hand, I have like 8-9 stacks of cactus, but that'll go through pretty quick because we have to cook it all up and we get one cactus dye out of each. So we're probably gonna have to. Oh, this is pretty awesome. Well, guys, this is our new home. This right here is our new home. But we got to get that cactus going. We got to get a lot of cactus going. So I'm thinking, I know it sounds totally stupid, but I'm thinking we're going to make a cactus farm here in the ice spikes biome. Underground, of course, but I think we're going to make a cactus farm here just because I don't want to really be doing that back at the desert. Just because kind of why? Like we've been there forever. Why didn't I make it there before? But we need it here, so might as well just make it here. So I'm going to do some research on how to get that stuff going, but we got enough materials right now to really get us started onto where we want to be going and what shapes we want to do and everything. So that's pretty awesome. Over here, this mountain, I was kind of thinking this is a really cool spot to kind of center everything around. And we got a pretty massive ice spikes biome here, which is really, really cool. But we got some unfriendly neighbors over in this vicinity. We got a nice little den mother taking care of the area, but not really wanting us to be in it. There's an angry polar bear that's right down. There you go. You can see it right there. There's a polar bear. And it's chased me out of the area once, and I don't really want to piss it off again. So we're just going to kind of leave that guy down there. But overall, this area so far has been fairly safe. There's the extra skeleton mob that spawns in here that you guys probably know of if you are survival Minecraft players. But basically, it's a mob that... Can I break you? And we need a bed. We need a bed. It's basically a mob that will... we're gonna live here for a bit. You're not restless monsters nearby. Oh no! Run away! Can we rest over here, please? But it's a skeleton that basically is only in ice spikes biomes, and it will shoot you, and then it slows you down. So it's really nothing bad. We don't have the husks to worry about. Everything here will burn up in the daylight, which is totally great compared to the husks we had to deal with all the time in the desert. So that's pretty cool. But I've been rambling on for like 20-something minutes now, guys. And that's a bit much for this episode. I usually don't take episodes to be this long. I try and aim for that 17 to 18 minute range. But guys, I just really wanted to kind of tour around the old place, talk with you guys for a while, see what you guys thought about kind of the general plans we're going for. That's probably laid out plans for like the next 60 episodes or so. But this is our new home for the next little while. You guys can see here, it is pretty freaking awesome. And as always, guys, please hit that like and subscribe button down below. And I took the shield with us from our last place, so I need to go return that. But besides that, we will be living here for the next while. I do hope you guys are all super excited as I am. And again, please hit that like and subscribe button if you really loved it. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about our new place, where we'll be going. I know we didn't get into a whole lot as far as what's actually going to be happening here. But yeah, that'll be it. Oh, before I forget, there's a world download. Have a good one, guys.